Hey everyone, this is Louis and welcome to the Ultimate Brand Bible, your ultimate space for free advice, tips, tricks, hacks, how-to guides, templates, and resources on branding to help you get your brand to the next level. And you can start that process for your brand today by hitting the subscribe button and the little bell notification to make sure you don't miss any of the great stuff that we'll be putting out on a regular basis just for you. So without further ado, let's get branding. And in today's video, you're going to be learning the difference between a blog and a website. I'll show you the difference by using 3 or 4 different examples, different kinds of businesses, different kinds of brands, how they could be using either website or blog. And then that should kind of clarify not only what the differences are between a blog and a website, but also how each of these would be used in different situations. Now, firstly, some of them are real sites, some of them are actually just demo websites. So the first one we'll be looking at is actually, I got this from Envato Elements. If you're not familiar with this, I'll put a link in the description. It will be my affiliate link, but it's definitely something worth checking out. Unlimited downloads every month, and stock video templates, music, sound effects, graphic templates, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. Do check it out. So now the first example I want to use is that of a website. So let me just explain the difference very briefly, or at least just explain what a website is, and then we'll get into this. So a website is the space on the web that you own, so to speak. So it is a domain. You would go and buy a domain for your business. So in this example, this would be now for a landscaping service or gardening service, most likely a local business serving the local community, the city or town where this business is located. So they would go and purchase a domain and hosting. Now the domain is the URL at the top. So because this is a demo, it's not going to be work for this example, but let's say, for instance, their company is called Green Thumb. They would go and try and buy greenthumb.com. Maybe it's not available. Maybe they do greenthumbgardeningservices.com. Nonetheless, they end up buying a domain. Now they own that domain, that space on the internet. Now they can, with hosting, they can actually create a website for their business. Now, I mean, many ways to do this. The most popular way is with WordPress. With most hosting that you get, it's made pretty simple these days, where you just install, mostly one-click install a lot of these applications, and WordPress being one of them. So you can very easily just with a one-click install WordPress on your domain, and then create a website within WordPress. Now, a website is basically all of these pages. So it is the space on the internet that you own, and you create your own pages with information about your business. Now, in some instances, it could be one page with different sections, just kind of scrolling up and down, but that's just is a slightly more modern way of doing a website, but nonetheless, it's still just informational sections. So this would be very typical of a website. Now, it's important to note is that this information won't necessarily change often. I think it actually rarely changes. I mean, you have your business, you have your information that you want to let your customers know. So this is who we are. For us, this is welcome. A little bit about the company. Some highlights of the kind of things you do. What exactly we do. Yeah, you have all your services listed. Now, these things won't necessarily change over time. I mean, this will stay the same for many years, so there's no reason to update any of this stuff. This may be, but I mean, this is all just for decoration actually. Now, our staff, if you decide to include pictures of your staff and information about them, yes, once you get new members you need to add them, but the core of the website, it's minimal changes. I mean, changing a picture, it's so minimal. And then here you usually have a map, and contact us, some contact information, and sometimes a contact form where people can contact you directly. So let's see that. See, now we go to the different pages. Here you have this, there you have a contact form. So this is essentially what a website is. You can click on services, and now people can learn more about your business. This will be fairly static, it won't change over time. Now, a blog. Now this same company could decide to start a blog, and you can see here that the blog is actually part of your website. It is just a different space. So let's click on it, and I'll show you what a blog is. Okay, I'll probably have to click on this one. So it's a demo, so it's not all configured and set up properly. So now here's welcome to our blog, all posts. Now this would be typical, of what you would see in a blog, as city gardening tips and tutorials. But this is a space that would get updated regularly. Every time you write a new article, you would upload it here. Now, so the blog is basically a collection of thoughts, articles, anything that you regularly want to update. Normally it's articles, and the articles would probably be related to the business. I mean, that's the ideal. Now, why would a company use a blog? So Google crawls all of the entire internet, all the websites on the internet, and indexes the things that it deems fit, that it thinks is relevant, in order to match with people's searches. Now, this website would probably be indexed, but it wouldn't be given much priority because the website itself, the information is very static. So it's not ever changing. So once people come to your website once and they read about your company, they're not going to keep coming back to the website. It's the same information. A blog, different on the other hand. This could be updated regularly. Maybe you write an article every single day and you upload it. So every day there's new content for people to come and see. Now Google matches the stuff you write about to search terms that people are searching for. Now an example of this is, I had this example here. So say for instance, this will be in MySpace. If somebody in MySpace, in our branding space, would want to know why Shutterstock is so expensive, they would go to Google and type in why is Shutterstock so expensive, and they would hit the enter button, and now they would see Shutterstock is expensive. Okay, so if they can read this is a forum. Why is Shutterstock so expensive for single purchases? Question answers, and there we go, ultimatebrandbible.com. So this is an article that I wrote on my blog about why Shutterstock is so expensive. So Google crawled my blog and decided that this article that I wrote matches this term very well, and the content is relevant to somebody who wants to know why Shutterstock is expensive. So, and now it's showing this to anybody in the world who's searching this, or something related to this. Why Shutterstock expensive? How much does Shutterstock cost? I mean, whatever, Google will show this to them. They will click on it and they will hopefully get the answers, which I'm sure they will because I've put a lot of time and effort into this one. Nonetheless, this is how it works. But now every time somebody clicks on this, they come to my website. So I have an opportunity. So let's click on it and I'll show you. Now I have an opportunity here. Once they see all of this, I have an opportunity to show them they need to subscribe to my YouTube. Or they can download my free complete guide to creating a brand identity by joining my newsletter. Here's some of my affiliate stuff. So I have an opportunity here to, even within this entire section, I have an opportunity, to let them know about Ultimate Brand Bible, what we do, etc. And so that's the reason why people would write blogs. So this company, for instance, they would write things relevant to their customers, in the hopes that when their customers or potential customers search for these specific things, they might end up on their blog and subsequently their website. They'll be like, oh, this is a great article. Maybe read this. What is this one? Gardening boosts mental health. Very interesting. So let's click on this. Now, here we go. And then they read the article. They're like, okay, very, very nice. Now, they see here, okay, this is actually a gardening service. Oh, it's in Chicago, and it's very close to, Green Street. I live in Blue Street, just right next door. Great. Let me see what they do. And then they go and click services. Okay, what do these people do? And now you have somebody on your, a potential customer through your blog. So that's one example. How a company would use a website and how they would use a blog, and what the blog could do for them. Now, it's an entire different ballgame as to what to write or how to know what to write in order to actually rank in Google, because Google uses an algorithm to determine these rankings. It is not just as simple as starting a blog, writing an article, putting it out there, and Google will just decide, no, okay, let's put it number one. There's it's not as easy as that. So, but that's a whole new area that we will move into at some point. For now, this is what a blog is and does, and this is what a website is and does for a kind of a local business. Now, this being a local business, they might also write articles very specific to their locality, which will also increase their chances of being picked up in the community. Now, what is the best plants to grow this time of year in Chicago? How to protect your roses against the Chicago winter. Whatever, just examples, very specific to the area or at least to the city or something, and it gives it more chances of being picked up in the local community. Another thing this would do is, because Google would be indexing all of these articles on a regular basis, your website would, or this domain at least, would start building up some authority. So then what will happen in the future if it builds up a lot of authority? If somebody simply just types I gardening services near me, your website will automatically have more authority because you keep it updated through your blog, and this will be a good way, and Google will then show your service to those people more often and also rank a bit higher than somebody else who just put up a website and just left it there for a few years. Okay, and then we'll get into the next one, which will be, so this is another example. This is actually something I'm very excited about because it's a service that I am involved in. Now, this is basically a writing service. Okay, so this would be a service-based industry that's not, it's not a local business. So this could be for customers all over the world. It's an online writing service. And this service basically has a lot of writers. They are passionate about a lot of topics, and they're willing to write about those topics that they're passionate about for other people who have blogs about those topics. So it's purely just a writing service connecting customers with writers. Now, so this would be a website. Yep, this would be the actual website. And now, for a company like this or a business like this, it is quite important to have a blog. Like with your local business, you don't necessarily need a blog. It would help your business, but it's not necessary because you have other means of advertising. I mean, you can distribute pamphlets and leaflets and flyers. Let's just walk around the neighborhood and drop it off, and people will know about you. For a business like this, which is an online service, you have to use online means of advertising in order to promote this business. I cannot distribute flyers all over the world randomly in order to promote this business. Now, if we start a blog, around this service, once again, the blog would be focused on writing, how to write better articles in order to attract talent who can write, and also people who are searching for writers to write for their blog. Why is it important to have good titles on your blog? Things that people who have blogs might be searching. You would kind of find those terms that you think, put yourself in the mindset of a blogger and think, okay, the kind of things that they would be searching, how to improve their writing on their blog, how to make it better, because those are the kind of people who would actually be looking for somebody who could write better articles for their blog. So that's a way of trying to connect the two. So then the blog would be focused on all of that, and hopefully then they would end up on the blog, read about this and see, okay, this is actually a writing service, go over and check out the writing service and hopefully become a customer for life. Okay, so let me show you another example. This would be for a freelance writer. Now, once again, I'm going to use an example. It's not a real site, it's just a demo site of a theme or a template for WordPress. And this is from Envato Market. If you're not familiar with this, I'll put another link in the description, because it's a really cool space to get some stuff, and also worth checking out this theme, which is really, really cool. And then one of the demos in this theme is actually a demo for a freelancer. So let's look at this. This will be for a freelance, freelancer, either designer, graphic designer, photographer, a writer, could be any one of those. Now, once again, if this is not a local business or a local freelancer and somebody who's aiming at getting business online, once again, a blog would be a very important part of their marketing strategy. So here, freelancer, he's just got a mobile design, web design, photography, his portfolio. So this would be his website, the static info that won't really change. It's just a means of giving information to people about what he does, showing some of his work, and a way of contacting John. And then here we click on blog, and now you would see his blog, which would be the kind of stuff that he would write about his industry in order to get people to connect with him. And once again, if he's not local, like a local based freelancer who's just, and it's more online, with the entire world being his customer base, then, his focus would be different than writing kind of local based articles. And this first site, the blog will be a very small part. And the website is the most important thing, because the company is a local actual business. This, the service itself, you would see that the blog would play a bigger role here. And then as a freelancer, it would play, I would say, an even bigger role. And then we have the fourth example, the last one, which is Ultimate Brand Bible, my blog, which is, this channel as well. Now, this is purely a blog. Purely a blog. There's no other, there's no website attached to this. There's no information about my services or my prices, my services, contact me. I don't sell anything here. There's no business connected to this, in the sense that I do have a consultancy here, which is, if somebody wants to get in touch with me and, connect with me and they need help with their business, then, but it's not this is the services I offer, and, you pay money and there we go. So, and the whole idea of this is to be completely informational. It's free advice, tips, tricks, hacks, how-to guides, templates, and resources on branding. That's not just a spiel, that's really what it is. So this is just my effort of sharing all of my knowledge and expertise with everyone who needs it, basically. So, a lot of anything you need, and you can see most of the stuff, you just grab it from here for free. At least, subscribe to the newsletter, and then you can this is a complete guide to creating a brand identity. So it has this, but it's all informational, the blog. Now, why would people start just a blog and have no business connected to it or no website? Now, your blog itself could become a business, and it's not the same as a website where you have customers that you interact with. Now, if I have enough, or I have quite a few visitors on this site, but if I have a lot, and I would decide to monetize this by using ads, this is the way I would turn this blog into a business. I would put ads, sign up with an ad network who would be displaying ads on the site. So these spaces here would become spaces for them to advertise. Every time somebody sees this, I would get a small percentage of that money. So I would make money through the ads, and then also through the affiliates, which I already have on here. So this, for instance, I'm an affiliate for Bluehost. If you decide to sign up with Bluehost through this link here, click on this, I would get a small commission. Now, so you can see in a sense that it's not a business in the sense that it's transactional between a customer and company. Nonetheless, it's still a business that could generate an income if I so choose, at that point. For now, it's just about giving back, giving all the information and helping people who need to learn and want to know about branding and marketing and all of that. But that's the reason why a lot of people would start blogs. That's the reason why you can start a blog and earn money from it as well. People start blogs as a hobby, some specifically to make money, some as a business, some to add on to their business. It's all dependent. But this would be an example of a blog only. Now, well, I actually have this here. If you want to start your own blog, you can just click on this and follow through this entire guide of mine, which is almost, I think, 10,000 words. There's quite a few pages here at the bottom, so definitely check this out if you're interested in creating a blog for your own brand. I will be doing a quite in-depth series on this channel about this very soon, so that's also coming. But for today, I only wanted to show the difference between a blog and a website. And that's it. If you guys want to learn more, check out for this series that's coming. And thanks for watching this video. As always, subscribe, like, comment, and we'll see you guys soon. Till next time.